Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Resonant Rise. I'm Illusion like usual. So, just wanted to kind of catch you up on what I've finished since last episode. The digital miner finished. Got me a crap ton of resources. I actually switched to Silk Touch on the diamonds and emeralds, and the rubies and the sapphires and all that kind of good stuff, and was able to use my Fortune 3 hammer on them and get quite a bit of that. Um, Also, another note from last episode is that remember I was talking about how the IC2 machines were deleted. Well, when I started digging through the change log, I noticed that all of the IC2 pieces were deleted. So that's also explains why the silver was missing as well as the lead, because when it goes to the mechas of the machines, it turns it into IC2. So that's that kind of explanation. So read the change log, makes sense. So I have downgraded back to still an experimental version, but an experimental version that still has IC2. Figured out what happened with the elevator block, and the newer version of open blocks is you actually have to have XP to use the elevator. So that's why it stopped working when it ran out of XP at the end of the episode. In here, I upgraded all of these to elite machines because we were processing such a high level of ores that just needed to upgrade them. So they're now at elite and pretty heavily overclocked. I did. So one of the reasons why this episode's a little bit late than a little bit a day late is that actually I lost this world. I couldn't recover it in between updating to versions. It got messed up pretty bad. So it took me about 3 days to recover this world, and luckily I had an old save that I was able to bring back up and build off of. So that's what we're on right now, is an older save. So I had to do a little bit of work to bring it kind of back to where we ended the last episode. Sorted this system out. So basically we have, what is it, 4 electric little separators putting oxygen into tanks, and then going over there, and then 3 electric separators off of my lava tank from the nether going to here, and then going into 6 more tanks for hydrogen chloride to run that first stage. Also built a Buildcraft laser setup with 9 lasers and got hooked that up to an import bus for AE. Nothing's changed down there. So I think that's most of what's changed. So that's why kind of episode's kind of a day late. And the other reason is that my dog had to have surgery. So I've been playing babysitter for the dog since he's not doing as well as we had hoped. So, got a couple projects we're working on today, so let's get going. I want to finish setting this machine back up, the reprocessor, or you can just fall in the water, okay. So, let's finish the sign-out reprocessor. Bucket of water there, bucket of water there. Activate this accumulator down there, and a power tap. So remember, I put this in, but since I reverted to an old save, then to redo it again. And power tap. Cool. Didn't even make a mess. Fluid duct. There we go. So we should be getting water, right? Okay. So does water have to go in a certain... Oh, that's why. Could have put the right pipe in. There we go. The simple things. Okay, cool. So now we got our item duck. There. Okay. So let's get on this. This should be waste auto eject. And I want over here to be the red side. Here's the green side. Toss down a piece of pipe, a piece of conduit. Alright. So let's see if I can remember how this is set up. Set. Maybe it needs a servo. Can't remember how we set this up last time. Not that. There we go. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's going to take 2 of these cyanites, reprocess them with water, and they'll turn into 1 plutonium. Okay, so then we are going to automatically export the plutonium right back in here. So, okay, cool. So let's see where our reactor's at. It's 44%. So let me toss a servo in here. Disable that. Okay, cool. So that's working. So even though we're losing a little bit here, we're losing 50% since it takes two of these to make 2 cyanide to make 1 plutonium. It still will kind of run itself to a certain degree. So cool. So that's pretty set up, and then I will come and add another system that once it runs out of plutonium, then it'll start pulling off of the yellow room. Alright, fill them back up. Alright, cool. So I disconnected the big reactor, and basically since we're not really doing anything, the only thing that's really running is the AE network. I just switched back over to hydrogen generators, and that's just hydrogen generators are keeping everything powered up and going. So the next project I want to work on, and this is going to be the bulk of the episode, is down here. Cleared out this area. There's a mana creeper over there. And this down here will be our mob grinder and auto spawner area. So basically I have it set up for 5x5 chambers. So I have 3 there. I have a big one over here for a ghast since it needs a little bit more headroom. A couple more here. And then in here I'm just going to have just a dark room to spawn mobs in. So let's get this thing started. I put everything in autocraft. So hopefully it'll work. So let's just set up these first 4. So I need 4 auto spawners. There's 1. So I've got 4 auto spawners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 8 grinders for now. And 7. Or I said 8, didn't I? Oh, but okay. That's okay. 1 extra will be fine. So I'll give that a second to craft up. Grab some cobble. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Just have it all be cobble down here. Not too worried about it looking pretty. And then once we get everything placed down, I'll cut the camera and start piping it all up. So there should be our center. So let's see where we're at. There's our auto spawners. And okay, so we got a problem with our grinders. So go ahead and stick those in there. Three, and number 4. So one's gonna be for Enderman, one's for gonna be some blades, one's for Ghast. Not really sure what else we're gonna do. So what I'll do is I will cut the camera, go figure out what's going on with the grinders, and go ahead and get the wires, the power wires, and then we'll start setting up the wild essence. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay guys, we're back. So just finished piping everything up, got power and item ducts and fluid ducts to these 4 main chambers right here. You can see there's a nice big wiring mess down there. These ones I did not hook up yet, but I run everything pretty close to it, so it'll be very easy to tag it in once we decide what I want to run in here. And then I got item ducts and fluid ducts for over here for our little spawn room. So eventually what I'm going to do, probably in the next few episodes, I'm going to switch this over to Tesseract power, but right now I just got a lava drum and some magmatics. So let's give it a try. Let's see if we power everything up. Make sure everything's getting power. Yep, you're getting power. Cool. Looks like everything is slowly getting power. Even blocks. There we go. Great. Let me check down here on the end. Yep, awesome. Cool. So now everything's got power, so I'm just going to let those magmatics run and charge everything up. And since I could switch this over to Ender Tank, but again, very soon I'm going to switch over to Tesseracts. We have the resources to make Tesseracts. So the next thing I want to do is let's get this kill room set up a little bit more. So I've got a plan for this. So let me run back upstairs to the crafting room, or my little office, or whatever you want to call it. Clear out some of this inventory space. There's not a whole lot I can clear out. I can get rid of that. So what I want is some blackout, or I want some black glass is what I want actually. But you gotta make blackout curtains for it. So that is wool. Typed in the wrong bar. So let's make some. Let's make that much of that. What's it called? Black glass or something? It's from Extra Utilities. I forgot the name. Dark glass. That's what I want. Gotta make some of this thick glass though. Okay, so let me craft some of that up and be right back. Okay, we're back. So I made some of this dark glass, and I only had enough ink to make 10 of them. So squid farm is in our future. So I went ahead and wired up some lamps and put a lever over there for now. It'll turn into wireless before too long. So, next time we made some these cool fans from open blocks. And, yeah, that's right. Oops. Covers. Cover these up real quick. Make it look a little bit prettier. And basically I'm going to stick some of these fans, since these grinders have a 5x5 area. So, except for this middle part, we'll have to see what we're going to do about that. But basically I'm going to get everything pushed into the way of the grinder. So, how about one right there? Nice. And how about one right there? Cool. And how about one right there? And one right here? And one right here? And one last one right about here. That should be pretty good. Maybe one in this corner, just in case they... Yeah, see, like, there's a dead spot right there. So cool. I'll put one in this corner over here. Since I do have one left, but I can make more if I need to. Yeah, just nice little dead spots. Basically, hopefully no matter where you're at, the only area is not going to be able to grind from right here, so that will probably be a problem. So I'll have to figure out something for that. Okay. A nice dark kill room. It looks like I got some light coming through from this area right here. So let's see if I can make that a little bit better. Well, I'll have to work on that. But I don't think a cover blocks light. No, it doesn't. Well, that's something we're going to play with. So, that's going to be our nice kill room. So basically, that kill room is to feed mob essence and have kind of a self-sustaining mob farm. So what I'm going to do is make factory blocks here, just at the bottom, make it look a little cool. I love the sound as you place them down. And we're going to put clear glass on top. Just like that. So, but I do want, I made some drawbridges. So we're going to have some drawbridges. And that there. Cool. So this will be our first little spawn room. I dare anything to spawn in there. So I will get this finished up, placing all these blocks down, get it kind of looking like I want it. And I will bring you back for the last part of this build and start getting it in action. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, guys, we're back. So, just went and grabbed my drum of mob essence. So, finished cleaning this up. And this dark killing chamber started working already. Got some mob essence in there, and I just disconnected it. I just want to make sure it was running, but that's working good. So basically everything should start feeding into these now. Everything that gets killed in there. Cool. 36, and this one's just got a little bit more. 56. Okay, cool. So, let's see how much this one has, because this should be the closest inventory. 36 as well. Alrighty. So I brought this drum of essence, so that way we can kind of kickstart the system a little bit. So I'll put you here, and I'll just use a servo. Toss a servo in there, and let them go ahead and fill up all the spawners. Alrighty. Okay, cool. So that's all good. Check that one, yeah. So I'll take this down. And let's give this a try. So in here, eventually I'm going to have this right here wired. So basically, once I flip this lever, the glass will come down, or some kind of lever, the glass will come down, and will also turn off the auto spotter, or something like that. So this one, we'll go ahead and toss in Enderman. Make sure that's running good. Ooh. Cool. But I was hoping that it had a little bit less range. Cool. Yeah, looks like I may have to expand this out a little bit, but I'm going to do that before. I'll have to do that between episodes, because right now I just want to get a proof of concept kind of thing. Okay, yeah, so sticks then. I'll go ahead and turn him off. So we're a little bit low on ender pearls, so just let it run for a little bit. This one will be Blaze. There we go. And I have just a single use safari net for Ghast. So let's go ahead and spawn this big guy in here. Got you. I think that's enough spawn room for him. I hope so, at least. Maybe not. And then everything should be going right into our ender chest. Yep, ender pearls. Make sure blaze rods are coming. And blaze rods are coming. Cool. But also, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run some ME cable over here and put a level emitter on the spawner. Basically, this will only turn on when we get to below a single, a designated point. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So cool. Let's go see how many blaze rods we have. Blaze rods. 30. Excellent. How many ender pearls do we have? 45. So I'll just let these run until they run out of essence. So I'm wondering if this guy is not big enough. Let's see if we can fix that. Because it's not like I'm short on gas tiers. Have to look up the spawning rules of this guest. I know it needs 4 high. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Nice. But guess I'm gonna fix this Enderman one. Because here's they're getting out. So I'm just gonna go run here, throw a lever in here, turn you off, eat some food, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Resonant Rise. Got a okay mob farm working. Still needs a little bit of work, but it's a work in progress. And then probably in the next episode we'll probably refine this a little bit and start doing something with all this mob essence. So, thanks for joining me. See you guys next time. Woo.